What's going on, everybody? This is Stever, and these are my Game Hunting Chronicles. In today's video, we are going to go over all of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. We're going to do a tier list. This is going to be like the first tier list video I've ever done, but I figured I would do this because of, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 rather, coming out, because it got me all excited because I got the email from GameStop saying that my collector's edition is in the mail. So if it comes in before I get done editing this video, I'll show it and whatnot. But that being said, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to drop a like on it. Hit that sub button. We are getting so close to 550 subscribers. And leave a comment below what you think about my rankings on this Tony Hawk tier list. And let me know what I got wrong, what I got right, and yeah, tell me what your favorite Tony Hawk Pro Skater game is. And with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. Alright, first things first, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. First game of the set. First game of the whole series. Fantastic game. It didn't have all of the ways to move around and whatnot in it, like manualing and reverting. So with that being said, I'm going to put that as a B. Then we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This is the beginning of the stellar Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 added in manualing, reverting, so you could chain them scores together. It's a freaking crazy good game. I really enjoyed playing this as a kid. I actually believe I played this like before Pro Skater 1. I think that's just how it landed when I bought this, or when I got this on PlayStation 1. But yeah, it's a great game. I don't know if it's an S tier game or not, but this is, it's a great game. I'm going to put this Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in A. And what we are doing here, ranking wise, we are going to do the optimal version of this game. It's I'm not going to put Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 off of the PlayStation 1. I'm going to use the GameCube or PS2 or one of the next gen consoles. Same way with Proving Ground and Project 8. We're not doing the handheld versions of any of these games either. I should have mentioned that earlier. So moving on, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I remember playing this on GameCube, and I had a blast doing it. This was kind of pseudo open world, if I'm remembering right. It may have just been in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. But, the skating mechanics, the graphics and everything else got so much gooder. So much gooder. Bumping up from the PlayStation 1 to the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 era is fantastic. With that being said, I'm going to put this as an A. Okay, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X. I've actually never played this. I've seen different reviews and whatnot about this game. I'm going to try to have some gameplay footage up of this game because it's a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game. It had Xbox graphics, but it felt, from what I've seen on reviews and gameplay footage I've seen, it seemed to be a little bit more heavy, not as floaty, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was definitely it was different, but the same. It's weird to explain. But I'm just going to put this in C since I haven't played it. Give it a fair, once I do play it, I'm going to give it a fair assessment. Then we move on to one of the best Tony Hawk Pro Skater games of all time. It's not one of my favorites, but it's still like one of the best. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. Like, there's really not much I can say, but the skating mechanics are fantastic. This was definitely like pseudo open world. You didn't have the time limit per se. You would go activate quests through different NPCs and whatnot. It's damn good game. Damn good game. But it's an A. It's not an S. We're getting to some S's. But yeah, it's a great game. Now, one of my favorite Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, it's Tony Hawk's Underground, because you know you're a poor street punk kid trying to become a pro skater. It's a fantastic game. And you start off in New Jersey. This is a pseudo open world. You still have levels, but the levels are open. This was right before the whole kick of open world games. So, I mean, the story's fantastic. The skate mechanics are great. They added some new stuff like sticker slaps and wall jumps and everything else. It's a fantastic game. Like I said, it's one of my favorite stories in a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, which I know you probably don't play a skateboarding game for the story, but I do, and I loved it because I was a little skate punk kid myself when this game came out. So Tony Hawk's Underground 1 is an S tier game. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I mean, this game's fantastic. It's kind of wild. The different locations. There's actually a location in Ohio, which I was pretty pumped about. But like, it's not, in my opinion, it's not as good as the first Thug. It's a little bit more gimmicky. Doesn't have a solid story. The gameplay's still great, but the story's just not there. So for that, I'm bumping it down to an A. Then to my favorite Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game of all time. I don't really have to say much because you guys know, since it's my favorite, it's going to be an S tier. It's Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Like, I remember playing through this game all the damn time on my GameCube. I had a GameCube screen. I wish I could still had that damn thing. It may be at my parents'. I'll have to look, maybe. But yeah, man, I remember playing this game as a kid, just hours upon hours upon hours. I would finish the story, then I would restart it, build a different skater, different style, different boards, and everything else. You start off, you go to California, LA, or Hollywood, or whatever, and then you slowly like move up the ranks. Like, you get a riff-raff group of friends, you get to different locations. This is the first open world Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. Kind of, you have hallways that go from area to area to hide loading screens, which is, you can still do stuff in the hallways, but whatever. So Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, like I said before, it's an S tier game. It's fantastic. I love this damn game. It's probably my favorite. Then we have Downhill Jam. I mean, it's neat, I guess. Different concept, not a really Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. It's just like a racing game type thing. So, pretty much all the one, like this one really wasn't terrible. I'm gonna put this as C. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good. Then we have Tony Hawk's Tony Hawk's Project 8, rather. It's a good game. It's not my favorite by any means. They changed the physics of it, so it felt a little weird. But they tried to do this EA Skate thing where you could do the flick to do tricks in certain areas and whatnot, and it was okay. You start off at, like Tony Hawk does this thing to build a perfect team or whatever. So there's a ranking. So you always do challenges to get up in ranking. Like it's an okay concept, but it's the story kind of is forgettable. The areas themselves are very forgettable. So like, with that being said, I'm just gonna put this as a B. Like it's like it has good. It's a good skating game, but everything else is just kind of forgettable. Then we have Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, and I mean this game's pretty good. It does the what is it? The Baltimore, Philly, DC tri-state area or something like that. It's been so long since I played this game, but the skate mechanics were similar to Project 8. It's in a different engine. This one had a decent story. Like I said, I don't remember much of it because it was kind of forgettable, kind of like Project 8. Like I said, the skate mechanics were pretty good, but other than that, I'm like, meh. It's just okay. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's a B. Okay, Tony Hawk's Motion. This was just kind of dog shit. It's going D. Tony Hawk Vert, never played it, but I have a feeling it's quite dog shit. It's a D. Tony Hawk Ride. I remember, getting this because I wanted to check it out. I'm like, oh hell yeah, peripheral, like a skateboard peripheral to check out while I'm skating as Tony Hawk, and I was so disappointed, so freaking disappointed over this game. It was clunky. It just wasn't good at all, and I hated it. So Ride is awful. So is Shred. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. I've never played this. I heard it was okay. So I'll just put that C. Then we have Tony Hawk Shred Session. I've really never even heard that, so I'm just gonna put it there. And then this dumpster fire of a goddamn skateboarding game. All right, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. This game was a goddamn dumpster fire. It had a new slew of skaters. It was terrible, man. Like, the development team on this game fucked this game completely up. The physics on this game were so off. The skating felt sloppy, not tight like all the other Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. And like it was a rushed nightmare. This game sucked. It's honestly, it should be below Ride and Shred and all that shit. So it's gonna be. It's the worst tier. It's fucking terrible. Skate Jam, I think this was a mobile game. We're not even going to rate it because mobile games always suck. Like when it comes to like a well-off franchise. And then we get to the last two games. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remaster. This game was fantastic. I remember playing this game for hours. And hours and hours and hours and hours. It's not my favorites. If they do a remaster of Underground 1 and 2, they would have to do a American Wasteland by itself or something, or American Wasteland Project 8, which they should do Proving Ground and Project 8. Regardless, sorry, rambled. But I'm going to put Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 as an A. It's a decent game. I mean, it's a really good game. It's just not one of my favorites. And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 is, like, I haven't played it yet. Haven't played the demos. I'm waiting for it to come out. But if it's the same as Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, it's going to be great, but with, a little bit more story aspects and everything else. It's going to be a great game. I got the collector's edition, so hopefully by the time I get done editing this video, I can throw up me just kind of opening the package, a little unboxing, and then we can maybe get into the game. But it's actually they're sending it to me early, which is odd. But yeah, like this game, It looks stellar from everything I've seen. I haven't played it yet, so I'm just gonna assume, make an ass out of you and me. You know what I mean? And we're gonna put it as A because everything I've seen looks fantastic. All right, guys, that was my tier list for the Tony Hawk franchise. Like I said, let me know in the comments below what your favorite Tony Hawk games were, and how my list is compared to what you would have ranked them. And please let me know where I should have differed in my opinions. And, you know, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and leave the comments below about, like, the tier list and whatnot. That being said, guys, this has been Stever. These are my Game Hunting Chronicles. I will catch you guys on the next video. See ya.